Good morning, everybody from Amsterdam. So Nathan and I arrived here this morning. We're staying at the Waldorf Astoria in Amsterdam. It's my very first time in this beautiful city, and I have to say, I've only seen a glimpse when we arrived in the car this morning, but it is so beautifully charming that my heart is singing, and I can tell that this is a place that I'm really going to love. And it's going to be one of those times where a moment of life where you remember this for a long time. So Nathan has made this trip so special for me already. He booked the flights, he organised the hotel, he sent me this morning the itinerary for the trip, which is just packed full of wonderful things. I've arrived at the hotel and he has done so many little touches. He got me a little note to say, "Happy birthday, darling, and welcome to Amsterdam." And then there's more things coming. And so we've both got our own little suite. I'm going to show you around shortly. I've just freshened up because we left this morning at, we woke up at 3 a.m. and our flight was at 5. And so we've checked into the hotel, I've unpacked everything, and now we're going to get started with our day here. It is midday almost. And I'm just so excited to be in this amazing place and to explore with my best friend and to bring you along. So let me quickly show you around my suite. So this is the entrance lobby, and what I love about this suite is very me, so very neutral. Lots of lovely creamed whites, very chic, it feels, it's just been through a renovation, so you can feel the quality and you can feel that it's all fresh and new. Look at this chinoiserie cabinet here. This is the mini bar. So you've got a coffee machine, a kettle, tea and coffee, water, and then in here you have the alcohol. Pretty nice. A little seating area, some Dutch tulips, some oranges, some chocolates, and then this little card with an illustration of the Waldorf Astoria on it. And it says, "Dear Mr. Fairford, we are delighted to welcome you. Thank you for staying with us, and please let us know if there is anything you might need. With warmest regards, Jeroen." Jeroen, what a lovely Dutch name. So yes, that is my little table. Love the colours in here. And then go through here to my bedroom. Lovely and bright, very spacious, calming, serene. I love a Waldorf Astoria bed as well. They're so comfortable. I've had a little lay down already. The view out of the window is very Dutch, typical Amsterdam, of the canal and those Dutch houses opposite. So lovely. It's grey, but it's absolutely fine. It's also freezing cold, but I don't care. It is beautiful. And then through here, you've got a dressing area, a closet, which I'm not using that closet, I'm using the other one, and then a lovely spacious bathroom. Gorgeous bathtub. I'm going to have a bath later on. And then double sink just for me. I've got all of my toiletries and cosmetics there. And yes, I am ready to go out to explore. I'm very excited. Let me quickly show you the everything unpacked. So I'm a bit concerned that I haven't bought enough clothes with me. And I'm not joking. I know it seems like there's a lot of knitwear, but I forgot to bring like a shirt. I haven't really, I haven't bought a suit jacket. I have got these new Chanel style ones, which are quite elegant. So I might wear one of these if we go for dinner. Well, I know we're going for dinner. And so I've got those clothes, and then some sneakers for the gym, a pair of black shoes and a pair of brown suede boots, as well as the black leather boots that I'm wearing now. So for my first outfit, I'm wearing these navy blue pants. These are from H&M. I've got my black Mica Vist leather boots, my favourite boots, so comfortable. And then I've got this tweed jacket, which is from Mango. And then I've got this grey cashmere sweater, which I've had for quite a while. And I'm also growing out my hair. A few people have commented on my hair, and I have to say that it's getting to the point now where it's starting to look quite nice. It was, you know, when you have to go through the stage of it looking really bad, well, this part's starting to grow out and it's all flowing back really well. So I'm really happy with how my hair is looking now. I'm going to grow the sides a bit longer, not going too longer than much longer than this, but just a bit longer on the side so I can push it all back. I just think it looks a lot more chic and elegant. So I have to show you this incredible suite, which is called the Van Loon Suite. This is on the ground floor. I think you can tell the scale of this room by the sofa to the windows. Those windows are enormous, probably 12 feet at least, I would say. More, way more. I'm useless at maths. But yeah, this is a great room. This is the most exclusive suite in the hotel. So you've got this sitting area, and then through here, you've got a beautiful bedroom. Oh my gosh. This is my first time seeing it. Here's Nathan, the bed. And yeah, beautiful soaring ceilings, gorgeous chandelier. I love these marble fireplaces. Wow. And just look at, oh, these Dutch windows are just so handsome. What is in here? Oh, a little loo. Cute. Oh. Very chic. And then down here, I'm guessing this is going to be some kind of bathroom. Wow, yes it is. Huge bathroom. Gorgeous. But I'm sure we could spend a long time looking at all these details. I'm really falling in love with Amsterdam already. So elegant and beautiful. So we're just having our first walk. We've got lunch at 1:30, it is now 12:50, and in between then we're going to go to a museum. So we're packing it all in, but that's the way that we always do things. We never rest, we never have a moment to rest, but life is for living and for doing all these things, and I am literally on top of the world at the moment. When I come to a new place and I feel so at peace with it, instantly, that's when I know that it's a place for me. I don't know whether you can understand that feeling, but wow, this is so pretty, so different to anything I've ever seen before. Really a beautiful place, gorgeous. Oh God, the sun shining. The weather is perfect. It's cold, but it's dry and crisp. When we got to the airport, it was freezing, much colder than Edinburgh, but it's kind of warmed up a little bit now, so I've took my scarf off and I haven't got my gloves on, and it's actually fine, so yeah, beautiful. The first museum we visited was the Van Loon Museum. The Van Loon family were influential in Amsterdam. They were merchants with deep ties to the city's political and economic life over centuries. This was their home, and you can see some of the beautiful collections in here, such as the paintings, the antiques, the furniture. I particularly loved downstairs in the kitchens, looking at the servants' quarters, and then in the incredible garden, which will be even more beautiful in the spring, I believe. Good morning, everybody. It is the second day here in Amsterdam. It's 10:30. I'm about to go and meet Nathan down in the lobby for our first day. Last night we had a lovely evening, went for cocktails, had a bit of dinner here at the hotel, and then we had a pretty early night. We're in bed by midnight because we were so tired, so hopefully tonight we'll be able to go out and have a little bit more fun. But yeah, I'm feeling really much better now. I've had a good sleep. We've got lunch at 1:30 today, so I'm going to skip breakfast today because I really like to be hungry when I eat my meals. So we're just, yeah, I'm going to go down and meet Nathan. I thought I would share my outfit of the day. Let me see if you can see. So I'm wearing this brown roll neck jumper. I've got my coat again, my green coat, and then the same trousers as yesterday because I quite like them. They're easy just to walk around in. Brown suede boots. And that is the entire... Oh, it's very difficult to see. It's so dark. Maybe I'll get Nathan to film me outside. But yeah, that is it. I'm going to go meet him. And we're going to have a nice day out in Amsterdam. We're just walking and admiring the incredible architecture. The windows are out of this world. And then all of the details, like the doors. Every door is so beautiful. Look at the stars in there. Get a better view on the opposite side, but oh my gosh, this place is just stunning. Here we are taking a stroll around the city. You get to see lots of beautiful flowers. Obviously tulips are very famous here in Amsterdam, so it was such a pleasure to see them. Then we went to see this beautiful little courtyard of houses. I'm not going to pronounce the name, I will write it in the description, but this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and you have to go in quietly. You're not allowed to take any photos with a professional camera, but it's beautiful. Nathan is doing his hopping and then we just wandered across this beautiful old pharmacy, which I absolutely thought was so charming. So just exploring all different things. This is the museum that we went to next, which is called Our Lord in the Attic Museum. That door that you just saw was faux painted, and then I just loved again the kitchen here with the Delft tiles. And this is the chapel in the attic, which gets how the museum gets its name. We then went to this place for homemade cookies. You have to queue for quite a while, but then the cookies are so wonderful and delicious. We are just on the way to lunch now, and we've just bought some of these very famous chocolate cookies. We've got a tin and a box. Are you having a nice time in Amsterdam?
Not really.
I knew that was coming.
Of course, it's been really lovely. I have been here before, but it's nice for Nicolas to explore Amsterdam for the first time. So I'm showing Nicolas around what is the possibilities and everything. So you're having a lovely time, are we?
Oh, we're having a lovely time. We're having the best laughs ever. We always do, over the silliest things.
We always do.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going for lunch, we're walking, we're having a half an hour walk, and then we're going to carry on. Hi everybody, it is Monday morning. Oh no, it's Tuesday morning. I'm getting the days confused. And I'm back at home in Edinburgh. So we left Amsterdam at about 10 o'clock on Sunday evening. So we had the whole day Sunday there as well. Got back to Edinburgh about midnight, and yesterday just tried to get back into the routine. I went to Pilates and did all of my laundry and washing. Sophie came back from Murray, who is her my friend who looks after her sometimes. So just getting back into the routine of life. So today is Tuesday and I've just finished editing my vlog for Amsterdam that you have just seen. So that is all done, and now I just thought that I would give you a little catch up about the rest of the trip, because even though I did try to vlog lots of the highlights of it, there were so many things you didn't get to see, because this was a trip for my birthday from Nathan, and I really wanted to try to be in the moment as much as possible and enjoy everything without thinking too much about filming all the time, because when you are filming, it's a constant thing in your mind of trying to make sure that you're capturing everything and making sure, oh, is this shot clean? Is it smooth? Am I showing the best angle? Am I really conveying how this looks? So when you're working, you're constantly doing that, and I just thought I want to enjoy this trip as it was intended, which was for Nathan and I to have a lovely, lovely time together as best friends, and we absolutely did. So I think I got the perfect balance of trying to film things to share with all of you and also just enjoying being there and enjoying the moment. What a wonderful time we had. Just absolutely jam-packed. What I love about Nathan is he's very much like me. When we travel together, we want to be constantly doing things. There's no relaxing around, especially when you're on a city break and there's so much to see and do. You only have 2 days to really do everything. We love to just really go all out and see as much as possible, and we did. So I didn't film any of the evenings that we had, but we had some lovely, lovely evenings. The first evening, we actually met up with Nathan's partner and some of his friends, and we had cocktails, and then we went back to our hotel, to our beautiful bar in the Waldorf Astoria, and we had cocktails there. That was lovely, quite an early night. Got to bed about midnight. Now on the next evening, we had a bit more of a wild Amsterdam night where we had dinner, and then we went to some of the bars, went to a few gay clubs. We met some local people in there. We met up with Nathan's partner and his friends, and we just had the most fun evening. Got home about 4 a.m. that time, so really, really fun. And then just seeing all these beautiful things, we went to the Anne Frank house, which was, I didn't film any of that or take any photos. You weren't allowed, and I just felt like I wanted to be in the moment with that. It was quite a sombre experience, as you can imagine. There were a lot of people on the tour inside the house, and a mood of quiet solitude, of reflection, because obviously you can feel the vibe of that house and some of the dreadful things that happened, but also of the beautiful spirit of Anne Frank, who was always positive and wanted to make a big impact in the world. And at the end, there's a quote on the wall, and it's from Anne Frank's diary, and she said, when I'm older, I want to be a famous writer. And it kind of brought tears to my eyes, because I thought, well, at least she got the wish of being a very, very famous writer, and most of the world knowing who she was. But wow, what a story, and it just makes you think of how terrible we can be as human beings, just making people's lives so miserable because we have difference of opinion. So yeah, I think it's a reflection of the world, of trying to be a good person and just letting people live their lives, because that's what we need to do. But yeah, that trip to Amsterdam was really, really fabulous. The title of the video, as you can see, is something like Meeting My Dream Man in Amsterdam, or something along those lines. I think that's what I called it. And the reason why I called it that was because when I make a video, I like to find a part of the video that is a representation of the whole thing without just calling it Amsterdam vlog. And what I realised when I was in Amsterdam is that living in Edinburgh, I've kind of been limiting myself in terms of dating. Edinburgh only has 500,000 people living here. If you think about how many of those people are gay, that takes it down to a lot less. How many of those are single? That takes it down to a lot more less. How many of those are in my age range? Even less. And how many of those are my type? Even less. So, living in Edinburgh has been very limited for my dating life. And when I got to Amsterdam, I realised, oh, I have been missing out on some real opportunities. I sometimes download the usual apps like Tinder, Hinge, don't really have much success, and then I delete them because I get tired of them. So when I got to Amsterdam, I decided, oh, I'm gonna try Tinder again. Turned on my Tinder. I was there for 3 full days. I can't tell you the amount of people that I matched with on Tinder who are my type, my age range, all the things that I'm looking for in a man. And it just made me realise perhaps I should be expanding my horizons when it comes to dating and maybe spending a little bit more time and effort in travelling to these places where I'm probably going to meet somebody rather than thinking that Prince Charming is just going to turn up in Edinburgh. As you know, I've been here for 6 years, haven't really met anybody here in Edinburgh who is husband material or even boyfriend material. So that's why I decided to call the video that, because I really do think that if I just push myself out a little bit, start visiting these places more often, it's probably likely that I'm going to meet somebody. Because, yeah, I matched with a lot of guys on Tinder, and it just makes, mathematically, it makes sense that if I go on a date with like 1% of those people, who knows, something might happen. But yeah, nothing happened seriously with anybody, but I think we're going to return to Amsterdam at the beginning of May in spring, and I think it would be nice to maybe go on a date or two and just enjoy a bit of romance, because that's what life is for living and enjoying. But yeah, I loved Amsterdam. The vibe was very cool. It's such a beautiful place. It felt alive, it felt fun, it felt fresh, it felt like there was a lot to do. Everybody was super, super friendly. I really, really just enjoyed being there. So it was a place that I wanted to go to for many, many years, and I have to say that it definitely lived up to my expectations and more. So I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope that you got to enjoy seeing some of it as well. So before I leave today, I wanted to show you some of the things that I got on my trip. So I always like to buy a little souvenir or two on my travels. So the first thing that I bought were these note cards. So these are Delft blue tile note cards, and I have fallen in love with Delft blue tiles. I mean, I love them always anyway, but seeing them up close in person, antique ones in those kitchens that I showed to you, really has just enhanced my love for Delft blue tiles. So these cards are quite beautiful. They're great quality. I mean, even just looking at them from here, they look to me like a real tile. They're shiny and beautiful. They come in a few different designs. And I just love having note cards to write thank you notes to friends, even just to write a note to myself, or even just to look at them. They're very beautiful. And I was thinking that when I have my own home one day, I would love to have a little bathroom with antique Delft tiles with gold hardware, antique brass hardware, taps and things like that. I think it'd be very, very elegant. So the next thing that I got was this tin of cookies. Now, it's completely empty. I don't like chocolate cookies, so I gave them all to Nathan, who loves them. And I really just wanted the tin. That's why I bought the box, the tin of cookies. I wanted the tin. I am one of those strange people who likes to collect packaging, tins, boxes, beautiful things. And I just thought that was so pretty. And it was a nice memory of going there with Nathan. And when you open the tin, you can smell the cookies, which do smell delicious, even though I'm not into chocolate. And then they put in this card which says how to store your cookies. Can you see that? Quite beautiful, and the illustration telling you how to take care of your cookies. Very sweet. Another thing that I bought, I stupidly forgot to pack my leather gloves, so my hands were absolutely freezing. So I bought from a little pharmacy these wool gloves in a cream cable knit. Now these are a special type of glove. They are properly insulated with fleece. What is it? It's called heat holders. But I have to tell you, these were so warm, they're so thick. You can't really tell, but they're really thick, and they kept my hands so cosy and beautiful. So I was so glad to get them. And living in Edinburgh, I will definitely use these again. And then the final thing that I bought from the Van Gogh Museum was this book, and it's called Vincent van Gogh, A Life in Letters. So when you go around the Van Gogh Museum, Vincent van Gogh was a prolific letter writer. He wrote mostly to his brother Theo, and you get to see a lot of these letters written on the wall. And I just feel, I went to the Van Gogh exhibition when it was here in Edinburgh, and it just hit me in the heart. I did make a video about it. And I think it was the fact that, you know, this guy who was 37 years old when he died, didn't have any success with his art, and then now he is one of the most famous artists in the world. It just made me sad for him that he never got to see the love that people are giving him. And so the letters that he wrote, I was just fascinated by his writing, and so I thought I will get this book. It's got 73 of his letters. It's kind of like a biography of his life, and I just find him fascinating, so I bought that. And yeah, I always like to get a nice book from my travels. So that was the final thing that I bought, and I'll let you know how I enjoy reading this one, and maybe it will be my giveaway for this month. So yes, I really do hope that you enjoyed seeing this trip with Nathan and me. It is always a pleasure to share my travels, my experiences with you all. It's one of the things that I enjoy the most, is thinking, oh, how can I share this place and really capture its spirit? So I hope that you felt a little bit of that. But I had the most wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you to my beautiful best friend Nathan for organising the whole trip so beautifully, and just for being so kind. I'm very, very lucky to have such great people in my life, and I never take them for granted. So thank you. And thank you to all of you as well for joining me, and for all of your kind birthday messages last week. That is all from me today. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time, but until then, take care. Bye-bye.